of all, thank you for your giving me opportunity. Give thanks to God for in good health, who has guided us to become better human beings. So, before we invite our amazing speaker, I would like to read the summary of Miss Dr. Nur Azima binti Ahmad and Mr. Randi Mirwan, aspirandi SA MSA. Her full name is Nur Azima binti Ahmad with a title Research Methodology, Islamic Banking and Finance, Islamic Management. Academic qualification. Year obtained 2022, Islamic Civilization 2014, Islamic Economic Finance and Banking. Bachelor, University Utara Malaysia. Year obtained 2013. STPM, Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Padang Midin, Economic. Previous academic and other relevant appointments. Employer, Management and Science University, Senior Lecturer, until current. Executive 2022 and 20. Personal tutor, and department personal tutor 2018 until 2023. Employer, University Kebangsaan Malaysia. Designation, Graduate Research Assistant, Department Institute Islam Hadhari. Year start 2021 and until 2021. And next, Mr. Randi Mirwan, aspirandi with a title SA MSA. Education, Universitas Jember, Sarjana Akuntansi, Fakulti Ekonomi. And University Brawijaya, Magister Sains Akuntansi, Fakulti Ekonomi and Business. Experience job, lecture and on Accounting Department of Universitas Muhammadiyah Jember, Accounting Department lecture, education for all students of Accounting Department, concentration of topic on tax, audit, and capital market analysis. Head of Capital Market Investment Gallery on Universitas Muhammadiyah Jember. Capital Market Department, education for all capital market students club, made of capital market analysis. Secretary of Accounting Study Program on Universitas Muhammadiyah Jember, Accounting Department, manage all document of study program. Head of Accounting Study Program on Universitas Muhammadiyah Jember, Accounting department manage all human research of study program, manage all education method of study program. Is the of Muhammad economic and business faculty. And All right, all the participants and comrades that I'm proud of. Now we're gonna open this event. Let's start this event by welcoming speech. The welcoming speech will be delivered by the person in charge of this international collaborations. Please welcome Dean of FEB Universitas Muhammadiyah Jember, Miss Maheni Ikasari, SAMM.
Ya, Mbak. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
A very good morning to all of you. Honorable representative from MSU Malaysia, Nur Azima binti Ahmad, PhD. Salam kenal, Ibu.
Salam kenal.
Nice to meet you this morning. And esteemed colleagues and partners from FEB Universitas Muhammadiyah Jember, distinguished guys, participants, and students. Okay, it's with great pleasure and gratitude that I stand before you today to officially open this remarkable event. Today, we gather here for a collaborative effort in our International Community Service Program, a joint initiative between FEB Universitas Muhammadiyah Jember and MSU Malaysia. The leader of this program is Mr. Randy. Applause for Mr. Randy. And our program today, titled with Socialization of Investment Decision Determinants, Islamic Investment Phenomenon, addresses a topic that it's not only academically significant but also socially relevant. In a time when global investment landscape are rapidly evolving, the role of Islamic finance and investment is becoming increasingly prominent. This field represents a unique approach to ethical and sustainable economic growth, aligning with principles that promote fairness, shared prosperity, and accountability. Through today's activities, we aim to empower communities with knowledge and insights into making informed and principled investment decisions. By doing so, we hope to inspire greater economic resilience and financial inclusivity both locally and globally. I extend my heartfelt appreciation to MSU Malaysia. Thank you so much for their invaluable collaboration in this initiative. Your expertise and dedication serve as an inspiration to us all. Likewise, I would like to thank the team from FEB Universitas Muhammadiyah Jember, especially Mr. Randy, for your tireless efforts in organizing this event and ensuring its success. Lastly, I encourage all participants to actively engage in today's discussion, share your ideas, and take full advantage of this opportunity to learn from each other. With that, I officially declare this event open with Basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you for your best speech, Miss Maheni Ikasari. I'm so proud of. Now we're gonna continue. Our second agenda is let's start this event by welcoming speech. The welcoming speech will be delivered by the person in charge of this international collaboration. Please welcome Dr. Nur Azima binti Ahmad. The time is yours.
Okay, thank you. Wait, I will share the slide. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and good morning. So actually thank you to Mr. Randy, Pak Randy atas jemputan. Pertamanya atas jemputan untuk research collaboration. Kita ada satu paper research collaboration dan kemudiannya dijemput lagi untuk menjadi keynote speaker. So terima kasih kepada Pak Randy. Cuma di sini pelajarnya masih final exam masih lagi final exam, jadi agak sukar untuk ni. Seperti yang saya bagi tahu kepada Pak Randy bulan lepas lah. So untuk Januari ni pelajar masih lagi dengan final examination. Okay. So as informed by Mr. Randy, so my topic is gonna be financial literacy in Malaysia. So actually it's about to introduce the financial literacy and how Malaysia government or Malaysia institution manage the financial literacy among the people. Okay, so first, before we go deep into the financial literacy, of course, we want to know what are the meaning of the financial literacy. So, actually, financial literacy is the ability to understand and effectively use various financial skills. So, meaning that over here, we didn't look at the saving only. So, normally, when we talk about the financial literacy or when we talk about the money, so we only focus on saving. Right. So we only focus on saving, or the first thing that comes to in our mind is about, okay, we want to save more money, right? But we neglect the things that we need to grow our income. We need to create the income. We need to create the money from the saving. So meaning that you need to invest. And the third one is debt management, of course. So today's banking, Islamic banking and Islamic financial institutions offer various products, various services to the people, to the consumer, to the client, to the customer, about the car, the house. So it's about the debt management. So how we control the debt management, how we manage our debt. It's not only focused on the saving only. So to empower the Malaysian, it is crucial to grasp basic financial concepts. So actually, we need to understand this financial concept. It's not only focused on the saving. So normally for the young generation nowadays, so most of them, most of the young generation, like slowly go to the investment right now. Slowly, it's not only focused on the saving. That's the good one. So this includes to understand about the interest rate, the inflation, the investment options. So we know which or what are that we want to invest. So this knowledge, the first is the knowledge about the financial literacy, the knowledge about the saving, where you want to put your money. Is it fixed deposit? If it only the saving account, right? So we have so many options provided or by the Islamic banking and also Islamic financial institution. So we need to know each of these services and products so that we can manage our money properly. So to understand the financial literacy, of course, you need to understand the definition first. The first one, the one I mentioned before, you need to understand about the saving, you need to understand about the investment, you need to understand about the debt management, so that you need to understand and apply. It's not like sometimes we only we know that investment will give us more profit, right? So high risk, high return. So we understand that, we know about that. We know that if we invest, we will get more money, right? The return lah. So the return, we will get more return compared to the saving. But there is small percentage that we want to go for the investment. So that is why you need to know the how to manage the money, the financial literacy, so that you can apply. You already have the knowledge. I think the students already have the knowledge. So same goes even Malaysia or Indonesia, right? So they know because they learn it in our institution, right? So we want, like, after they the convocation, after they complete the study, so they can apply the financial skill. They can apply what they learn. They learn during their study. So the first thing first is about the knowledge for the financial literacy. And the second one is to understand the economy. To understand right now we are still struggling. Some countries still struggling, some companies still struggling from the post-COVID, even though it's already like long, because we suffered from the COVID effect for 2 years, right? So the company or the country start to grow after 2023. So we are getting better right now. We are getting better. Malaysia and Indonesia, we are getting better right now compared to the COVID, right? So we need to understand the economy so that we know where we want to invest our money, where we want to save our money for the saving, and how we manage the debt. If the economics is going down, so meaning that you cannot add your debt. So you need to understand about the economics. So meaning that over here you not only understand about the financial literacy, but you need to analyze what will happen. What will happen after I make this decision. So the third one is already empowers informed decision. So meaning that the individual to manage their money and make wise investment, as I mentioned before. Make wise investment, because not everything you can invest. You need to if I can share with you the tips. So some of us like to invest in certain companies, right? So you need to read, you need to understand, and you need to know the flow. The flow, either the company is getting better or not by year, by look at their financial statement for 3 years. For 3 years, so that you know. So meaning here you need to calculate all the ratio. So for as an investor, of course, we look at the equity ratio. So I am sure that the student already know the term about the ratio and financial analysis. I'm very sure the student already familiar with the term, right? And also the lecturers. So this is the term that we can like look at the financial statement. Then we analyze the financial statement. Then we make the decision either we want to invest in that company or not. So the fourth one is to facilitate financial independence. So meaning here to understand finance, because it will help you to manage your saving, your money better. Financial independence meaning that we do not like depend on the debt so much. We understand in nowadays economics, everything we go for the debt. It's not like everything, but mostly for the like vehicle kind, a car, house. So we use the debt lah. It's like a small percentage je yang bayar full kan untuk untuk beli apa-apa yang besar macam tu, kereta, rumah kan, a small percentage saja. The rest go for the debt, but you need to understand how to manage the debt. You need to understand on how to manage the debt, because young generation nowadays sometimes they just follow their wants, their desire. So after they complete the study, they want to buy a car, but they didn't like analyze what will happen later. And the last one is to contribute to the economic growth. So I am sure that you know that once we are like financial independence, so meaning that we have more money to spend, right? So it is related to the economic. So on how consumer and also the producer. So what's gonna happen if the consumer didn't spend the money, but the producer, the company keep producing the product and the services. So the economy is not going to so because economy is a cycle. It is a cycle between the producer and the consumer, and the market gonna be as a intermediaries. So meaning here, we ourselves as people for our country, we are the one first that will contribute to the economic growth. So meaning that this topic ataupun this financial literacy is a crucial for the student to understand, even for us, even for me, to understand and to apply in our daily life. Okay, so the essential elements of financial literacy, as I mentioned before, is about the budgeting, it's about the saving, it's about the investing, it's about how you analyze the risk management, because of course we want to invest in somewhere like low risk but will give us high return, right? And also for the credit management, same term with the debt management, about the credit score. So meaning here you need to have these 5 elements to fully understand and fully apply the financial literacy. Is not only 1 or 2 elements. So you need to apply all these 5 elements, and hopefully you can get a better management on your sources, on your income, on your money, right? So for budgeting, you need to learn to create or manage a budget effectively. So in Malaysia, we have the apps. So meaning that when you scan the products, so it would compare you with the other price. So which supermarket offered the lower price? So in Malaysia, we have those apps. So meaning here you can do the budgeting. You know where you where the lowest, the low price offered by the which supermarket. So we have the apps, and most of the users use that to compare. So we only scan the barcode and it will appear. So supermarket A, let's say supermarket A is RM8, supermarket B is 5. So we know which one offer the low price for a certain products. So for investing, so make informed investment choice to maximize growth potential of saving, because we know that saving didn't offer us the it's not like they only offer us the low return, right? So for moderate or higher return, you must go for the investment. So meaning here you need to know. So right now the AI, the IT is growing big. So meaning you know which industry that you want to invest, because it's already grow. So you know you will get, or you will get the return more than what you need. Okay, so the third one is about the risk management, of course. Even we call it as a saving, right? So once we got the salary for us lah, as a lecturer, or maybe for the student when you got the allowance from your parents ke kan. For us as a lecturer, so we must save our money first kan dekat bank. But the thing is, for our saving, it's also a risk to lose our money, because all our money is managed by the bank. So the bank will provide the financial or grant the loan to the people. And the second one, the bank use our money for the investment. So meaning that our money, even though we call it as a saving in the bank, but it still have a risk to lose it. We still have a risk to lose our money. So how? In Malaysia, we have this institution, so I didn't put it here, institution called PIDM. So meaning that this institution, PIDM, Perbadanan Insurance Deposit Malaysia. So for deposit only, for saving only, they will cover it for us in case of losses lah. In case of losses, let's say the bank bankrupt, the bank cannot pay the debt and so on. So the PIDM will pay back our money to the depositor only for saving, not for investment. Only for saving. So in Malaysia, we have like each institution or each organization to manage or to look at this part. And same goes with the saving tadi lah, to understand for unexpected emergency. Normally, we save our money for emergency, for our future plan. Let's say after we want to retire later ke kan, so we want to save our money for that, right? But put aside certain or some percentage of that money and put it in the investment. It's not only for the company. You can go for the gold investment. We have Sharia gold investment right now. So for the one who like golds and everything, so you can go for the gold investment. So in Malaysia, we have so many companies and so many banks that offer gold, Sharia gold investment. So it fully followed the Sharia law and Islamic. So you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that. So everything is okay. It's not like haram couple. Okay, credit management. The thing is about the credit score, about the debt. So over here in Malaysia, we have one organization control the credit management. We call it as a secret. So once we want to apply for the debt letter, let's say I want to buy a house. So I go to the bank and I explain to the bank that I am interested to buy a house. So the bank will offer to the loan, the housing loan, right? The housing financing, we call it housing financing. But they will look at this secret score. They will look at this credit score. So meaning that these secrets have the data. So meaning the company, the bank, the financial institution know either you are a good debt payer or not. So they have the ni. So all the documentation. So meaning that kalau you miss tak bayar ke kan, you miss the payment a few times, so they will track it and the score is gonna be bad. So that is how they control. That is how the bank and financial institution in Malaysia control their client or customer. So meaning that they only offer the debt for a big lah. It doesn't apply for the personal normally. For the big, like because harga rumah di sini dia mahal sikit, so dia akan pergi kepada secret. So for the cars, not. For car or vehicle, it didn't involve with the credit score. But for housing, the bank will look at the credit score first before they grant you the loan, because it's like they profile you. It's like they profile the customer. So because they want the payment back, they want to confirm that they will get the payment back. Otherwise, they need to use other asset, because the money that they use to grant the loan to give the loan to the other people is our money, our depositors' money. So they need to confirm They need to confirm to give the money back. Okay. So this is the statistic, a bit statistic for Malaysia. So normally financial literacy or the lack of awareness for financial literacy in Malaysia is among young generation or lower income groups. So normally, so they do not know how to manage the income, or the lack of the understanding. The lack of the understanding, the lack of the skills maybe, or the most importantly, the lack of the sources of the income. So meaning that over here, we need to keep the awareness. We need to keep giving the awareness, the seminar, the workshop, maybe the program, so that everyone can know about the financial literacy. And also over here stated that only 36% of adults in Malaysia are financial literate. So meaning that there is gap knowledge over there. So everyone can have the money. So some can have the big sources of income. Everyone. So everyone have a chances kan untuk dapat sources of the income yang banyak. But certain je yang boleh can manage the money really well. Okay, and so for to overcome the challenge, to overcome the problem. So normally we offer for the educational initiative. So by Bank Negara, they offered the financial literacy survey by Bank Negara, and also they provide a few programs, educational programs for the financial literacy to enhance, to improve the knowledge, and then engagement with the financial products. So meaning that over here, improving the financial literacy can enhance the engagement with various products. So once you know, you understand about the investment, of course you will go for the investment. So meaning that over here, you engage with the investment products offered by the Islamic bank and also Islamic financial institution. So for saving, we have a few. Instead of just current account, saving account, so we can go for the fixed account. So we have a few. It's not like we have varieties of the products offered by the bank. So if you only understand about the saving, so you can go for the saving products. If you understand about the investment, then you can go for the investment. So this is the key insight and also the statistic for Malaysia. So of course, so key takeaways of Malaysia financial literacy. So of course, it is very important actually. And also we need to know the role of the technology, because right now everything is using the apps, right? Everything. You can invest using your phone. You can invest using your phone. You only click in the mobile apps. So every bank and financial institution, they have the apps. So you can use those technology. And also empowerment through education. As mentioned before, we have various programs offered by the Malaysia. I think same goes with the Indonesia. They must have a few program, right, to enhance the education for the financial literacy. And of course, it will, we look at this financial literacy so that we can give the impact to the community, so that the people can get the benefit. It's not for the country je, kan? The bank, like Indonesia or Malaysia, is not only focused on the country je, but we want to give the benefit to the people, kan? To the people. Once they know about the financial literacy, then automatically they can do it. Okay. So this is the example. The example, a few. Actually, there we have a lot, but I just put it a few. Education actually initiative provided by the Malaysia under the government, Bank Negara Malaysia we have, under the non-government institution, under the banking, and also we have the apps. So we have more. It's just that the people or the student ke, kan, even us yang we need to explore. We need to explore the knowledge because the government is already provide us with almost everything. Kan? So for the government initiative, the Bank Negara Malaysia actually introduced the National Strategy for Financial Literacy 2019-2023, so that to enhance the knowledge, to make the people to apply the knowledge. And over here on managing money and preparing for retirement. For in Malaysia, for retirement, we have one institution, we call it as a EPF, Employment Provident Fund. So this one is for for retirement. So after we retire, then we will get the money. So during our working duration ni, so every month we need to save our money over there. It is compulsory for the private, not for the government employee. So meaning that the company and the employee, the employer and also the employee need to put a certain percentage of money to the EPF. And later after we retire, then we will get the money back. So they use the money yang kita deposit every month for the investment. So meaning that over there we get the return for the investment. So over here we have so many. So activities include workshop, online resources, community engagement program is all too much activity. There are so many activities provided by the Bank Negara, by the Bursa Malaysia, by the government, ministry, and so on. So there is so many activities. Actually, to the first thing yang sangat important itu knowledge. So itu yang difokuskan. So that when people get the knowledge, so they can apply the knowledge to that. Is why we have so many programs and also activity. Okay, so the second one is private sector contribution, or we call it as NGO, non-government organization. So over here, as you can see, we have the AKPK debt management program. This institution actually under the NGO. So actually to manage the debt management, to manage the debt for the people. So people, business can go to the AKPK and they will help us. They will help us. So there is a few, for AKPK, we have a few roles and also the function. And the third one, we have the investment by the Securities Commission. We have the Prukasih initiative. This is Prukasih is actually under the Prudential Takaful organization. So they come out with the program for the low income household with the financial skill and access to micro insurance. So this is to protect. This is to protect the lower income group. And we have the apps also, budget tracking apps, the one that I mentioned before. So you can scan the products or the things that you want to buy, and then the apps will compare it. So that you can track your expenses. And also Touch and Go e-wallet. Even me, I use Touch and Go e-wallet. So I use this app actually to monitor. Because in this app, they will show us how much we spend and how much we deposit. So meaning that over here, we know when we overspend it. So we normally tend to overspend our money, right? So over there, we can trace. We can trace our money. So this is the initiative provided by the Malaysian lah. Because I was informed by the Mr. Randy to like introduce what are the financial literacy from the Malaysia perspective. So I think this can help maybe for future research kan, for future research maybe for our future research collaboration, so that we can, okay, this one. Oh, sorry, this one is blank. Okay, this is the one of the institution that manage the debt, AKPK. So over here, they give the financial education programs, they manage the debt, they give us the financial counseling, and also they provide us with the digital tools and resources. So over here for financial education, of course, the AKPK organized the workshop, the seminar, and also the webinar the online seminar, actually to create or to enhance the budgeting on how to save the money, about the debt management. So normally that one goes for the education. And the second one is we personally or as a businessman, uh, as a company, let's say we are struggling to pay our debt, so we can go to this institution or organization, AKPK, and then we can ask for their help in a way that we need to follow their program. So they will analyze our situation first. They cannot simply give us like that kan. So they will analyze our situation first, and then they will come up with a plan so that we can like debt free. So we can come up with the situation. We can come up with the solution. Okay, so this one is personalized. This is the one I mentioned before, personalized debt repayment plan. So this AKPK will collaborate. It's not like collaborate. Will like link with the bank. Link with the bank to ni. Okay, so financial counseling. The third one is financial counseling. So normally for financial counseling, they will give it for free. So you can go. It's not only when we talk about the AKPK, actually for debt management, normally we have the stigma, we have the perspective that someone who go to this institution having a serious problem, having that serious problem, right? But no, even we want their advice. We have no problem on the payment, but maybe we need some like advice from them so that we can go over there. We can ask for their help. Not for the debt management because we do not have a problems with the debt management, but we want their advice. We want their maybe some initiative to grow our income or money. And then the last one is digital tools and resources. So actually this institution also come up with the tools to calculate for budgeting. So they have the tools for budgeting, they have the tools for the repayment. So they provide everything. So this is the main one for the debt management. So meaning here is about the one lah. Okay, this is the thing yang I mentioned before. So for financial literacy, of course, they must have the barriers, the challenge. So of course, the cultural factors, the educational gaps, the socioeconomic status. So normally it's like we can give or provide them the education, right, for the lower income. But since they only get it's not like as much as the other people, right? So because they are from the lower income, so meaning that they have the limited sources to or to grow their money, to invest maybe. Sometimes the money is not enough for saving. It's only enough for their daily life. So they have much to bear on the cost of living, right? So we have many challenges actually for financial education. So over here, we need to understand that not only saving. Financial literacy is not only for saving, but right now we go for the investment. So you need to make a good decision for the investment. You need to know. You need to understand about the investment first. You need to understand, you need to know on how to read the financial statement, the financial analysis from the company. You need to know how to read the Bursa Malaysia. So in Indonesia, I think they call it as Indonesia Stock Exchange, right? So over that. So try to learn or to gain the knowledge about the investment, because investment is the one investment, Islamic investment, offered so many and products for the Islamic investment. You can just like click. So because in Bursa Malaysia we have the apps or we have the website. So you can choose. And also for Security Commission, they list out, they will provide us the list of the company, Sharia listed company. So meaning that you can choose one of the company based on the industry that you want to choose, and you can go to the Bursa Malaysia and buy the stock maybe for investment, or maybe if that one is too big, that one is involved with a lot of money, so you can go for the small investment first. You can go for the uh, unit trust, right? So over here we have ASB. So in Malaysia lah, in Malaysia we have the ASB. So normally young generation, even me, invest over that. The return is not that big compared to the like we invest in that company, because it depends on the total amount, it depends on the performance, right, from the company. But don't go for the big one. So you as a student study the current situation in Indonesia, the current economics in Indonesia, which industry are getting are growing right now in Indonesia, so that you know where to invest. So during your study, especially to the student, during your study, it's not only you gain the knowledge, but you apply it. You apply it. You go for that one. You apply it. Only then you know and you learn on how. So this is the suggestion, so that we can enhance our financial literacy through technology. As we know nowadays is the AI is AI driven right now, so it's about technology, or everything is about AI. So of course right now we need to explore the tools, the apps, and their impact, because we need to understand one thing. When we use the technology, sometimes we cannot control it. We cannot control it, like fraud, online fraud. So we need some institution to know about that. So over here, technology's role in financial literacy, so that we know the financial education accessibility, and also the banking apps for budgeting. So as mentioned, we have Maybank apps. So I think a few banks already come out with the budgeting for the banking apps. It's not only for saving, but for the budgeting. So meaning that you can calculate how much money that you will get in future. So if you invest this much, how much money that you will get in 10 years. So we have the apps, and also investment platform for the learning, especially for the young generation. So actually we can come out with or we can introduce the investment platform, so that sometimes because I think Malaysia and Indonesia have same culture or same ethnic, right? We have the Muslim and also we have the non-Muslim, right? So for our country, Malaysia and Indonesia, we need to cater for both. We need to cater for the both. The government lah. The government need to cater for the both. So meaning that the investment platform is not only for Muslim. It's not only for Islamic investment, but also provide for the investment that non-Sharia. So over here we can introduce the platform for both Muslim and non-Muslim, so that the Muslim will go for the right investment. That's the important things, so that the Muslim can go for the right investment. Because sometimes when we talk about money, because everyone knows that when we say or we talk about the investment, people will think that, oh, the return's gonna be high. Doesn't matter is it Sharia or not, right? Sometimes. So they don't really care about the Sharia compliance or not. So over here we need to educate. we need to educate, and also we need to like give the platform so that the Muslim know about the Islamic investment. They need to know what are the investment offered by the Islamic followed the Sharia company. So, and the last one is engaging younger generation. So these two particularly engage younger generation in personal uh, personal finance learning. Okay. Macam banyak dah cakap kan. Okay, this is actually I want to share with you. This is our student, Jared Faisal. So in Malaysia, Bursa Malaysia actually introduced one program, investment. One program, investment, as you can see over here, InterVarsity Stock Challenge. So meaning that it's open to the all student from various university. It's not only MSU. I think it's for Malaysia. So all from Malaysia, IPTS, private institution, government institution, so all higher learning institution. So organized by the Bursa Malaysia. So I think in Indonesia, they call it as ISE, Indonesia Stock Exchange. So Jared, this student compete with other 600 participants come from different institutions. So actually the student need to invest. And the minimum amount of money is provided by the Bursa. So this is a long-term program. It's not like program, it's a challenge. It's competition actually. So this the student need to invest and need to know how to read the stock price. The stock price. So they use their skill in that. So that is why they call it as a InterVarsity Stock Challenge. And then he won like I think third place. So Gerald, our work strategic thinking. Actually, we need to understand. We need to have the knowledge so that we can plan. For investment is more challenging compared to the saving. You need to understand that because investment is not gonna be the same, like in the saving. The saving, we put our money, we left it up. So at the end of the year, we get the dividend. Right. But for the investment, you need to have the knowledge. That is why it is very important for you to have the knowledge so that you can think strategic thinking and dedication. So actually, so this is accomplishment is a testament to his talent. So actually, it shows that the financial literacy is not only for the understanding. It's not only for having the knowledge about the financial literacy, having the knowledge about the investment, but you need to implement the knowledge. You need to apply the knowledge, right? So same goes with the student. So he applied the knowledge that he learned in MSU, and he won. So this is actually the achievement from our student. So I'm very proud to share with you guys about this student. So actually, this one. Okay, so actually that's all from my part, financial literacy from Malaysia perspective. So actually, I really hope that it's not only this is not only a sharing session. Like it's not only for the sharing session that I provide to you what Malaysia do. It's not for compare. It's not for us to compare, but it's for us to like come up with new ideas so that we can enhance the Islamic investment among the young generation and also us lah adult. It's not for compare. So actually I cannot wait for the Mr. Randy presentation actually. So I want to see and I want to learn a lot from his presentation. So thank you very much. Back to the MC.
Thank you very much for the great welcome speech, Miss Dr. Nur Azima binti Ahmad. It's really
Sama-sama.
appreciated. Without further ado, let's start the next speech. Presentation from that will be delivered at this international collaboration. Please welcome Mr. Randy Mirwan Aspirandi, SA MSR. The time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Miss Nabila. All right, I promise to my slide share screen. Okay, today I will tell you about the financial literacy in the Indonesia. The benefit of this event, it's additional to your knowledge, about the good financial management and avoid online loans and online gambling. Okay, financial literation. In the generally of the meaning of the financial literation is the knowledge, skill, and belief that influence your attitude and behavior to improve the quality of decision making and financial management. The key of the words in the financial literacy is the knowledge, skill, belief, and in your uh, imagination for the financial management and financial behavior. All right. Everyone has a different knowledge, skill, and belief about financial management. Therefore, activities related to financial literacy should be consistently and periodically organized for the community. In the other hand, this is financial inclusion is the availability of access to various formal financial institution, product, and service. The keywords of the financial literation or financial inclusion, I mean, this is keywords is the availability of access to the various formal financial institution, product, and service. Financial institution, whether banking or non-banking, will offer various financial service that make it easier for customer that everyone will have easy access to finance nowadays. This is a positive impact of the technology development. But behind it all, there is a dark side to technology development. This is more and more model of financial fraud today. For example, of financial fraud is the phishing, scam, hacking, and cyber stalking. Therefore, you are always careful in the utilizing the case of the technology. All right, this picture show the index of financial literacy and financial inclusion in Indonesia. The level of the index of financial literacy in Indonesia in the 49.68%. This is level is the lower than financial inclusion level. In the actually is on the 85.10% in Indonesia. This level, I believe this level of financial inclusion in Indonesia and financial literacy in Indonesia is lower than in Malaysia. Therefore, we all need to learn together about good and correct financial management. All right. The next, I will tell you or some example to allocation your revenue in every day, maybe every week and every month. This is allocation I will present to the percentage. For example, in 100% for your revenue, yes, you can allocate the 50% to your needs, yes, and 30% allocation to your wants, and finally, and the 20% you can allocate for your saving and investment. Maybe in the needs, yeah. For example, you can buy food, beverage, utility, and stuff. And 30%, you can buy your pay your money for the traveling, hangout, and streaming. And finally, in the 20%, you can pay your money for the saving, yeah, and investment on the bank saving, term of deposit, yeah, banking, reksadana or mutual fund, bond or stock. This is just example of allocation. You can adjust the allocation percentage yourself. Suppose the number of needs is increased to 60%, and your saving and investment, yes, and decrease to the 10%, 10%, I mean, is yourself. Okay. The next, this is in Indonesia, have two typical banking. Is number one is regular banking, and the second is digital banking. You can make a deposit at regular bank and digital bank. Yes. The advantage, if you saving in the regular bank, in Indonesia, regular bank is all to protect with the LPS. LPS is lembaga penjamin simpanan. LPS can protect your saving in the bank, yeah, until your amount of the saving is 2 billion Indonesian rupiah. Yeah, if your money is gone in your bank, yes, LPS will pay you, yeah, pay you sebesar your money is lost. Okay. The next, digital banking. Digital banking is not all the digital banking is protect LPS. Yes. Digital banking that have been registered with the OJK, yes, Otoritas Jasa Keuangan, is the digital banking to protect with LPS. If the digital banking not protect with OJK, yeah, this is not protect with LPS. But yes, the advantage of the digital bank, yes, it is saving interest rate for the digital banking is more higher than the regular banking. On the digital banking, yes, saving interest rate between 0 to 4.25% per annual, per annual. If in your save your money in the regular bank, saving interest just 0% until 1%. In the other hand, in digital bank, term of deposit, yes, interest rate between the 4.25% until 10% per annual. But if you're saving your money in term of deposit in the regular bank, is you can get just 2% until 3% per annual. All right, this is the final of the your uh, your decision tax rate if your saving or term deposit in the bank and digital bank is 20% to tax rate for interest saving and term deposit rate. Okay, here is a selection of the state-owned or government-owned bank such as Bank Mandiri, Bank Negara Indonesia, Bank Rakyat Indonesia, etc. On the other hand, in Indonesia is we found the private bank in Indonesia such as Bank Sentral Asia, CMB Niaga, OCBC, and etc. And the digital bank in Indonesia is we found the newcomers bank, Bank Jago, Chrome Bank, Super Bank, C Bank, and in the new digital bank is a Blue, formed by BCA or Bank Sentral Asia. Okay. And the next, I will tell you about investment. Yes. Investment, no, in Indonesia is the three choice for most investment choice. The first is a reksadana or mutual fund. And the two is a bond, and the three of the stock. Reksadana or mutual fund is a container used to collect funds from the investor community to be invested to securities portfolio by the investment manager. But its bond is a transferable medium-term debt securities which contain a promise from the lenders, yes, party to pay a return in the form of interest at certain period and pay off the customer at a predetermined time to the buyer of the bond. And the last choice, your investment in the stock. The stock is a proof of ownership of the company. Okay. If your investment on the mutual fund or reksadana, you will get a profit from the mutual fund, yeah, come from the increase in the purchase price. Yeah. And the other hand, if your investment in the bond, you will get the interest and bond profit sharing, yeah, between 4% until 10% per annual. Yes. And if your money, yeah, you buy the stock, yes, you will get the profit from stock price, yeah, stock price is increase of stock price and the dividend. And the last advantage you buy the mutual fund, the tax rate, yes, tax rate from increase the price from the mutual fund is the 0% tax. Yes, your free tax if you buy the mutual fund. Okay. But if you buy bonds and you get interest or coupon, yeah, and profit sharing of the bond, you must pay the tax is 10% to government. And the last, in the stock, yes, if you buy stock and you get a dividend or the increase your stock price by, yes, you must pay your to your government to tax, yeah, in the level of 10% of the tax to the government. All right. Although the benefit of stock, yeah, the risk of stock is also great. As with bond, the profit, I'm sorry, and the bond, you buy bond is very relative low risk than the stock because if your investment in the stock, uh, then the company is bankrupt. Yes, your money is the loss. Yeah, loss. Your money will lose if the company is bankrupt. Okay. The next, I will tell you about the online financial lenders. Online loans, yes, online loans. What is the online loans? Online loans is implementation of the financial service to bring together lender and loan recipient in order to conduct lending and borrowing agreement in a currency directly through an electronic system. This has led to the growth of online lending institution today. The most important thing to note is to check the legality of the online loan institution with the OJK or Otoritas Jasa Keuangan in Indonesia. Please check at a sheet of the http ojk.go.id because the legality is need when the problem occur later. What attract customer to take online loan is that customer can easily access loan fund with instant online processing and competitive interest rate. Okay, the next, the last I will tell you about online gambling. Do you know online gambling? Online gambling is judi online, yeah. Yeah. Nowadays, online gambling sites are also rampant. My advice is don't get caught up in online gambling because online gambling will make you addiction, financial loss, debt, bankruptcy, crime, and jail. Online gambling example in Indonesia is the casino game, sport betting, lotteries, and sweepstakes, and scam bingo online. Okay, be careful if your browsing in your internet. Yes. Don't get the online gambling. All right. The closing statement from me. Yeah. Be careful with your money. Live peacefully and happily without debt. The right investment will bring happiness to your life. Avoid illegal online loans and online gambling. Okay, thank you very much. I get the MC. Thank you.
Mr. Randi Nirwan, Mas Pirandi, SAMSA. I really appreciate it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now let's move the Q&A session. So for those who have a question, feel free to ask.
Okay.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Ria Vendra Abhijaya. I'm from the Faculty of Economics and Business Management Study Program, Muhammadiyah University of Jember. I have a question. My question is, how do government regulations support the Islam investment ecosystem to be more inclusive and competitive compared to conventional investment? Maybe that's all I can say. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Is it for me to answer that question?
Can you answer this question, Miss Nur Azima Ahmed?
Okay. I think I'm not really clear about the question just now, but I know that the student asked about the regulation, right, for Islamic and also for the conventional. So for Malaysia, the main one is of course the Bank Negara Malaysia, and in Malaysia we divided. So actually I'm so interested with the Pak Randy punya presentation tadi. So because I thought the bank and digital bank is the same company, but they provide the mobile or the digital bank apps for the consumer, for the customer. But in Malaysia, we divided into three. So we have the commercial bank, meaning that the conventional lah, the conventional banks. So we have the Islamic banks, and the last one is investment bank. So we specifically group it in investment bank, and that investment bank they follow the rules and regulation by the Bank Negara Malaysia, either IFSA, Islamic Financial Act, either Islamic Bank Act, and also Bank Negara Act. So everything must follow and monitored directly by the government. So meaning that over here the bank cannot manipulate all the thing because every single things. So meaning that the bank, the investment bank, need to upload the annual report in the Bursa Malaysia. So when I, me myself, when I give the assignment to the student. So we do not want them to simply Google the company or simply Google the bank, but we go through the valid sources, which is Bursa Malaysia. So from that Bursa Malaysia, we have the link to directly upload the annual report from the company. So every bank must report it to the Bank Negara Malaysia and also the Bursa Malaysia, meaning that it's monitored by the government and also must follow the act tadilah. IFSA, we have Islamic Bank, we have Bank Negara Act, so we have a few so that each bank depends on their nature. So if you are conventional, then you must follow the Financial Institution Act. But if you are Islamic banking, you need to follow IFSA, Islamic Financial Act. So over there we look or we monitor. We monitor so that because we need to ensure that every single products provided by the bank must follow the Sharia, right? So because we know the people trust us. The people trust us as government to, okay, they know I trust that the government already monitored this one. So meaning that I have no issue in investing in that bank. So because it's already monitored. So that is how in Malaysia. So they monitor it through the act and also directly report to the Bursa Malaysia and also Bank Negara Malaysia. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mrs. Azima. All right. In Indonesia, it's the same from the Malaysia. In the Indonesia, Sharia regulate is the take for the OJK with MUI. MUI is Majelis Ulama Indonesia in Indonesia. Is the regulate the Sharia banking in Indonesia. Not all conventional banking in Indonesia to the linkages with the Sharia banking. Not all of
Betul,
the
betul.
conventional in
The same
Indonesia.
goes with Malaysia. It's not
Yeah.
all the conventional bank is Islamic banking. Right.
Is right. All right. In the Indonesia is MUI to share the fatwa terhadap beberapa bank ya yang di Indonesia itu bagaimana untuk melaksanakan to operate the regulate the banking in syariah in Indonesia. Alright. Thank you, Miss Azima.
Sama-sama.
Assalamualaikum. Good morning, Miss Noor. It's a pleasure to be your audience this morning. I just want to say your presentation is one of the best presentation I ever seen. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My question is, after I see both of your presentation, yang saya dapat adalah finance is almost all about money, managing money, making money, defend your money and get more money and some that kind of thing. So my question is, I've heard that time is money, and we're the young, maybe not have a lot of money, but we have a lot of time. But I'm struggling to use my time in a productive in a good way. There's a lot distraction nowadays. There's a lot of things that pull us back. And my question is, what's your source of energy, what's your reason to wake up in the morning, what's your drive, what pushing you, what's the reason. Like one of the most famous basketball, his name is Kobe Bryant. He said, what's your why? Find your why. And I want to know what's your reason to wake up in the morning, what makes you keep going, and through the distraction and through all of the pain, do the hard things. What's your why? That's it. Thank you so much.
Sama-sama. So I can mix lah ya, BIBM since the student already speak the bahasa. Okay, so thank you. Thank you so much for the question. So actually, as I mentioned before, right? So we know that there is not everyone can invest, but not everyone can save their money. Not everyone can manage their debt. Kan. So because everyone have different sources of income. Let's say for me, I'm working, so of course I have the income, right? But for the student, so right now, what you can do is gain the knowledge first, but avoid the debt. So remember, we have three: we have saving, we have investment, and we have debt. Kan? So right now, your current situation, apa yang you boleh buat sekarang adalah to gain the knowledge, to know, to study. You can study about the investment, you can study about the saving, you can study about your future plan. Kan apa? What are the initiative? What are the option that you have later once you complete your study? But my advice, avoid the debt first, because that's the one that you can do as a youngest, meaning that you have no sources of the income, but you still add the debt. Kan? So is so wrong. So meaning here, you gain the knowledge and avoid the debt. This is my advice for you for the first question, and for the second one is the big why. So I think the big why, it depends on yourself actually. But me, every day when I wake up from my sleep, the first thing first that I said is Alhamdulillah. That's the most important thing. Actually, my husband taught me that, to always say that Alhamdulillah, meaning that we feel like it is enough for us right now. And once you always say that word, and Allah will provide you the way. Allah will provide you the way. Allah will provide you the initiative, the plan for you later. So right now you can focus on your study. So I truly understand sometimes, because we learn that our friend already investing, right? So we are like, it's not like jealous, but we want to be like them, kan? So sometimes when we see that our friend is already investing, creating money, kan? But do not compare yourself, your situation with the others. Do not compare. So meaning that over here, you need to analyze yourself first. Okay, I'm a student right now. If I didn't have any sources of the income, I only use my money for the study. So meaning that you gain the knowledge first. And avoid the debt. So later on, once you complete your study, you go for the knowledge, you apply that knowledge, you implement that knowledge, and every day you must think of the person that you love, maybe. So your parents, your family. So that's the main. For me, sometimes I just think for my student, because I this is the way I communicate with my student also, actually. So this is the way that I lecture my student. So I anggap kamu semua sebagai pelajar saya juga. So kita sama-sama. So bermaksud di sini kita tidak boleh membezakan. So maksudnya kita kena faham diri kita, kan. Kita kena tahu kita punya kedudukan. So by time mungkin akan ada rezeki untuk mendapatkan yang lain, dapatkan sources of the income, then you can use that income untuk generate the money. Like me, I receive a scholarship from my bachelor to my PhD. So meaning that after I completed my PhD, I don't have to pay for any education loan. So that is why I always say that, Alhamdulillah. Because when I see that my friends struggling to pay the debt, the education loan, but me, I got the scholarship from the bachelor to the PhD. So over here, I think it's about your mindset first. So do not compare. Once you compare you with the others, you akan rasa down. You akan rasa down. So do not. Because we know that we are getting better. So meaning that over here after this study, so you know that you already know about this kind of the knowledge. And at one time you will apply that knowledge, because I am very sure Indonesia provide various programs, various product as mentioned by the Pak Randy tadi kan. Ada banyak benda yang you boleh join. It's not like ni. So for first thing, after dah complete our study semua, go for the saving first. Before you go for the investment, do not directly go to the investment. So know the sequence. So go for the saving first. Do not go directly to the investment. Otherwise, it will cost you a lot. So save that money, receive the dividend annually, annually receive the dividend and save and use that part of the money, the dividend that you get from the saving. Then you use that one for the investment, because you are still young. I know that sometimes people say that we are young, we can take the risk, right? Some people say like that. We are young, we still can learn later. Later we can okay balik kan. So no. So kena tengok. You kena tengok you punya pace ataupun situation. So I am very sure the students is already well full of the knowledge about the financial literacy. It is about the time that you nak implement kan. It is about the time yang you nak apply the knowledge tu. Okay, so thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Azima. And my advice is you can start the study to allocate your money, my student. Seperti yang sudah saya ajarkan tadi, bahwa I make example allocation. If you today is you not income ya, masih belum berpenghasilan, but you get the money from your father, for your mother ya. Kalau di Indonesia kan itu adalah uang saku ya. Saya katakan dapat uang saku ya. You can allocation for your uang saku is the percentage for my example in 50% to pay your wants. You can buy food, beverage, clothes, yeah, and the other 30% you can get by your money is your wants. For example, hang out, go to coffee shop, and the last and the 20% you can pay your money to the saving or investment. Okay, thank you, Ma'am Zima. The other student, any question? Okay.
Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Archanda Raisa Indragi Pijatullah. I want to say good morning to Miss Nur, and I'm so very grateful to be a audience in this event. I have a question for Ms. Noor and Mr. Randy. How do you deal with people who are caught up in online gambling case and illegal online loans like nowadays? Sorry if my English is not good. I will also ask in Indonesian, in bahasa. Bagaimana cara Anda menghadapi masyarakat yang terjerat kasus judi online dan pinjaman online ilegal seperti saat ini? Terima kasih. Thank you.
Okay. Terima kasih atas soalan. Sebenarnya saya I'm not really sure how to answer that question because I haven't faced that problem, or I haven't faced anyone that involved with the online gambling and so on, right? But I think as a person, we can advise them, and I know sometimes the advice is not enough because it's addicted to the gambling. If they already addicted to the gambling, especially for the online, they open the phone and they can simply pour the money to the gambling website. So I know sometimes the advice is not enough, but in Malaysia we can report it to the of course to the police, and also we have some organization that we can report it. So especially to the Bank Negara, even if we as a Malaysia receive like suspicious call, we call it as a fraud call ke kan, then we can give that number to the security BNM so that they will block that number. So that person use that number to make the online fraud ke apa, so they will block, so they cannot use that number anymore. So that's the one. So we must report it to the Bank Negara Malaysia, and they will communicate with the Ministry of the Communication. So Ministry of the Communication, they will block the website. So that's the formal one lah. So but as a person, I think the most common thing that we can do is advise, and also we need to monitor. We need to monitor that person. If they are our friends, so we monitor and we try to make them or do the activities to make them like ignore or do not like involved with the gambling. So we can like do activities some together so that they do not only like with the phone with the online gambling. So that's from my side lah. So back to Mr. Randy.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Azima. If you get the online loan or online gambling, you have report to the OJK. OJK is Otoritas Jasa Keuangan in Indonesia.
Oh.
Lalu nanti OJK will check the legality of the online loan and the report of the online gambling in Indonesia. Ma'am Azima, in the news, in the new news ya in Indonesia, bahwa mungkin Bu Ma'am Azima juga mendengarnya bahwa ada beberapa kasus di tahun ini ya, tahun 2024 kemarin, itu ada kasus bahwa Komdiji atau Kominfo, kementerian kita itu ya ini adalah memang oknum ya, Ma'am Azima, bahwa tertangkap malah melindungi situs-situs judi online begitu. Oknum di kementerian. Nah, tapi kemarin sudah ditangkap oleh polis ya, Indonesian Police, Nah, dijerat dengan hukuman seumur hidup. Nah, jadi dengan melaporkan adanya situs-situs judi online, ya, pinjaman online yang ilegal, ya, bahwa nanti itu menjadi informasi bagi pihak Kementerian Indonesia untuk memblok these sites in the browsing in Indonesia. Nah, begitu, Dr. Azima. Terima
Oh,
kasih. Yes.
sama-sama. Terima kasih
Iya,
atas
mungkin di
penerangan.
Malaysia mungkin eh,
Kita punya
oknum-oknum begitu itu ada ya.
ada. Kalau begitu kita jika macam tadi kan dia melindungi, dia protect
Hmm.
the website kan, online website and so on. So over here we have SPRM or MACC, Suruhanjaya Pencegah Rasuah. So meaning that over here they will take the action on behalf of the government. So it is a government institution tapi they solely focus on this kind of cases. So jika terdapat kes-kes yang sebegini, so SPRM akan mengambil alih. So actually the minister and also the organisation, they will work together to um, solve the case.
Oke. Thank you, Ma'am Azima.
Sama-sama.
Unfortunately, the time is running out, so we have to close the second Q&A session. Once again, thank you so much from the guest lecturer for deliver the awesome material and answer the question clearly. At last, we have come to the end of today's international collaboration. I give out my deepest gratitude and thanks to the person in charge, the speaker, the committees in charge, and especially to all of the participants for joining in this today event, international collaboration event. Okay, everyone, here I am Nabiala Naili as the Master of Ceremony for today international collaboration. Thank you very much and see you for the next event. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh
Thank you
ya,
Pak Randy.
Ma'am Azima, di sini
Thank
juga
you,
ada
Ibu Nur
international
Azima.
cases. This is
Terima kasih
Mrs.
Bu.
Christy Nuraini
Sama-sama.
Salam kenal, jemput
from
saya nanti.
Department of International
Semoga segera
Relations.
bertemu.
Ya, betul. Saya juga mau bertemu. Betul. Jemput saya ke sana nanti. Terima kasih atas jemputan.
Sama-sama, Ibu.
Saya harap presentation saya cukup bagus untuk pelajar-pelajarnya.
Pasti, Ibu. Sangat luar biasa.
Sama-sama. Terima kasih. Ya, Pak Randy.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.